Hello PokeMoshPit, my name is Tommy and today I'm bringing you a match against GoldGuyXII from the Smogon Battle Finder. Now the reason I picked this game is because I'm using a nice team here which isn't really the best of teams, and there are a couple of new Pokemon which I've been trying out. Now for whatever reason I've had this kind of obsession with using Choice Scarf Pokemon recently, and there's a lot of pretty decent Choice Scarf Pokemon in the NU tier. Braviary, Sork are the ones that come to mind straight away, but no, I got a better idea. You'll see him a bit later on. Now he's going to go ahead and lead with his Relicanth and immediately switch out, probably fearing the Switcheroo Flame Orb or something, and I just go for a sub just to see what it's going to do. Now I wouldn't recommend using this kind of Lopunny set because it's definitely not the best, but I've kind of found it funny to use, so that's kind of why I use it. It has Sub, Baton Pass, Copycat, and Encore. No attacking moves, so it's kind of a really situational Pokemon, but in this situation, my friends, it does work out for me because he does unfortunately miss the Focus Blast. If he hit the Focus Blast, I would have probably gone to Dustox and then gone from there. But I go for Sludge Wave on whatever, which I should probably change to Sludge Bomb just for the extra poison chance, but yeah, he brings in Camerupt, which I'm assuming is going to be specially defensive because it does take that Sludge Wave pretty damn well. And you don't often see Camerupts from my experience, but the ones I do see tend to be, you know, specially defensive, Stealth Rock, that kind of thing. It's a pretty good Pokemon. Now he does get up his Sunny Day here, which I was kind of fearing looking at his team. I mean, he has an Exeggutor, which can definitely benefit from that, but I wasn't exactly sure if it was going to be a weather team or not. I'll just go for another Sludge Wave just for some damage. I figure no point in wasting a sub, I may as well go for it. And he's obviously going to break the sub with a Sun Boosted Lava Plume. Now I want to go into something to counter this guy because I really don't want to be taking Lava Plumes on my Viper. So I go into the big guy here, Choice Scarf Walrein, and you know, I can go for a Surf, Ice Beam, whatever. Now he does get the burn on the Lava Plume here, which is unfortunate, but not too big a deal, as you'll see a bit later on. Now, obviously, he's going to be threatened out by the ×4 super effective Water-type move, which I assumed he'd want to switch out on, but he doesn't. He makes a good play and stays in. And unfortunately, I do get a crit on the Ice Beam there. Now, I'm 93% sure that mattered. Don't know exactly, but it probably did matter, to be honest. Which is unfortunate, but now Chinchino comes in, and I guess he didn't know I was Scarf because, you know, most Chinchinos are either Life Orb or Choice Banded. Or maybe Silk Scarf, whatever you prefer. So I go for an Ice Beam, that does a pretty damn good chunk. I mean, modest Choice Scarf Walrein is nothing to play games with. So I get off a good chunk of damage, and I figure he's probably going to want to switch out here because he wants to save his Chinchino. And he's going to go ahead and switch into his Electabuzz. Now, I don't know if I necessarily predicted the switch to Electabuzz, but I don't want to stay in against that because he can Hidden Power Ice me and probably OHKO me, to be fair. So I'm going to go to Dustox here. Now he goes to Exeggutor. Now this might look like a pretty bad position for me, but I know that Dustox can take a unboosted Psychic from an Exeggutor because I'm specially defensive. Go for a ×4 super effective Bug Buzz, and that is going to take him out. So Exeggutor, being probably one of the main things I was fearing on this team, actually turns out to die to a defensive Dustox, so that's not too bad. Now he brings back in the Relicanth. Now please, anyone who plays NU, do not underestimate Relicanth. This guy has swept me so many times, you have no idea. I always look at it and think, oh, water, rock type, you know, pretty slow, average attack. It's not going to be a big threat, right? No, don't play games with Relicanth. I get it for Toxic, and he goes for a Rock Polish, which is pretty bad for me, because chances are he probably outspeeds everything on my team now. So he goes for Head Smash. I didn't want to go to Sandshrew on the off chance he did go for a Waterfall, which probably would have killed Dustox at that range anyway. So I bring in Lopunny here thinking, oh well, maybe I'm still faster after a Rock Polish, because Relicanth isn't really that quick, to be fair. But no, he is faster, and he goes for Head Smash. My plan was basically to sub-stall him for a bit, to, you know, stall out Life Orb and Toxic, but that doesn't work out. So now I go into Sandshrew, which I probably should have done to start with, and, you know, I'm just going to try and take a couple of hits. Because all I can really do at this point is just take hits from this guy. I can't go into Walrein because you know, chances are I still won't outspeed even with the Choice Scarf. And I'm saving my Leavanny for later, and I really don't want to take a head smash. So I just pretty much sack Shrew-Manchu here because I have nothing better to do with him. Take a couple of waterfalls, and I am pretty glad I did get the Toxic on this guy because, to be fair, I probably could have been swept by a Relicanth there and then if I didn't, so... Yep, now he's going to bring in his Dodrio, and this thing I'm kind of worried about. Now, I did deliberately save my Walrein here because I knew I had an extra hit left in me. Unfortunately, he has the Quick Attack, which kind of renders my Choice Scarf plan, you know, irrelevant. He's going to take me out, which is fair enough. Now, by the fact that he has Quick Attack and by the fact that there's no Life Orb Recoil, my immediate assumption is Choice Band, because that's kind of a pretty common set on Dodrio. So I'll bring in Seviper. I know I can take a Choice Band and Quick Attack, go for a Sludge Wave on whatever as he brings in his Electabuzz. Now, Seviper, not known for his defensive prowess, I still think I can take a T-Bolt from full health, and luckily I do. Go for a Sludge Wave, and that is going to finish off the Electabuzz, which, by the way, who would have thought Electabuzz being one of the biggest threats out there in NU? Everyone hates Evire, everyone loves Electabuzz. Where's the logic, right? But Dodrio comes in, going to go for a Brave Bird, and that is going to take out Seviper. Now, it's looking pretty bad for me, because all I have left is Leavanny, and Leavanny is quad weak to Brave Bird, and I'm naturally slower, right? What am I going to do? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Now, luckily for me, I bought 2 Choice Scarfers, so Leavanny is going to outspeed. Go for me first, and Leavanny is just going to Brave Bird a Dodrio right in his face. He doesn't care about Dodrio's 3 heads, or his stab more powerful Brave Bird. Doesn't care. Going to Brave Bird him right back. Take out the Dodrio, and I am locked into me first, but luckily for me, Cinccino probably isn't carrying any non-attacking moves, so all I have to do is go for me first, and regardless of what it goes for, I'm going to take him out unless I miss the Tail Slap, I guess, which kind of makes sense that he went for the Tail Slap. But in any case, I'm going to take him out there with the me first Tail Slap, and yeah, that's going to be a good game. So yeah, that was a really close game, and I was kind of worried that the Relicanth was going to sweep me at some point. Just kind of some sheer coincidence that I happened to bring along a Choice Scarf, me first Leavanny. Don't know why, but it kind of worked out, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and if you did, check out my channel, which is in the video description for more of this kind of fun shenanigans. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.